What's going on, guys? Kaz Craig back with another Baltimore State video. And who would have thought that the Stallions would be 3-0 going into their fourth game of the season as they take on the Vanderbilt Commodores at Vanderbilt Stadium. Very surprising 3-0 start, being Maryland, Cal, and Western Kentucky. The Commodores are an SEC team, so it may be tougher to beat them, but they're not really that great of a team. We'll see what happens. And Vanderbilt wins the toss, so they'll actually kick off to Baltimore State. Baltimore State started the game on defense the first 3 games, but this time they'll start on offense as Spain, unable to break it this time, gets a solid gain of 27 right there. And here's Lewis Gibson. He struggled, of course, early in the Western Kentucky game. Let's see how he does against Vanderbilt. As first play of the game is a handoff to Jordan Burrell, and Burrell goes nowhere. Jordan Burrell really struggling as of late. Let's see if he can pick it up in this game. Here's Gibson going right side. That's Aldrin Johnson. And Johnson gets out past the 40 for a Baltimore State first down. So this time Tracy going to move in motion. There's Burrell. Burrell can't get any blocks, and he is tackled for no gain once again. So 2nd and 10 for the Stallions. And there's a flag. That's Buchanan in the middle for Vanderbilt. Try to jump the snap. I mean, you're right in front of the ball. You should know when the snap's going to happen. But he jumps right there, so another 5 yards for Baltimore State. So 2nd and 5. Here's Gibson. Gibson going to run up the middle, and he slides for an easy first down. As you look at his stats, throwing 66% so far this season, so very good for the junior QB. And right here, Gibson's sack. It's Buchanan making up for the encroachment call. So 2nd and 15 for Baltimore State. Gibson going to roll out right and dodges the sack. He's going to throw it, and there's Jacob Spain. And Spain gets out past the 20 into the red zone for a first down for the Stallions. So great start throwing the ball, running the ball not so much, as Gibson tries the option. Should have handed it off right there. Loss of 3 on the play. That's Buchanan again, making a lot of plays for Vanderbilt so far, as Gibson's hit as he throws, incomplete. And Lewis Gibson is injured. So Franklin Jones, the freshman, comes in yet again. Here's Jones, going to go left side, finds Harewood, 16-yard gain and a first down. So Franklin Jones, not much of a change for him. I mean, you saw him play in the Maryland game. Jones definitely a capable backup, as Burrell's going to run this one in for a touchdown. So first drive and a touchdown for the Stallions. And Lewis Gibson will return. Unfortunately, Phil Hayden did miss the extra point, so Baltimore State only up 6-0 as Vanderbilt has the ball. Here's Dallas Rivers. Rivers going to get 6 yards on the carry. He's the backup running back for Vanderbilt. Here's Jacob Free at quarterback. He's going to give it to Rivers again. Rivers fights forward for a first down. Another 6-yard gain for Rivers. 1st and 10 for the Commodores. Another handoff there. Rivera going to get 5 this time. So very early, Baltimore State is struggling against the run. 2nd and 5. Here's Jacob Free back to pass. Free going to go left side. Can't find his intended target right there. So a 3rd and 5 for Vanderbilt. Free going to take the handoff. And he's going to roll right. And incomplete. As Sherfield couldn't stay in bounds, so Baltimore State going to get the ball back on the punt. Here's Gibson on the option. Gibson running out, and he gets about 9 yards on the carry, so 2nd and 1. Here's Burrell again. Burrell struggled so far, able to get 3 yards this time, and another first down. So 1st and 10. Play action by Gibson. Gibson rolls out, and he's sacked. Fumble on the play. And Vanderbilt is going to have the ball deep in Baltimore State territory, as Gibson just could not hold on to the ball on the sack, went on the sack, and then Wright picks it up, gets to about the 13-yard line. So Vanderbilt in very good scoring position right here as Rivers gets the ball, and Taquan Clay with the big hit. Loss of 1 on the play. Collier on the tackle as well. And Pinckney going to go in motion for Vanderbilt on 2nd and 11. Here's Rivers. Rivers brought down after a gain of 5, so 3rd and 6. Here's Free, right side. Scott able to catch the pass. Caleb Scott with an 8-yard gain. First down, Vanderbilt. First and goal. Here's Free. Going to go right side to Rivers. Rivers gets in easily, untouched. 7-6 Vanderbilt, as they did make their extra point. So here's the 2nd and 11, and Gibson hit again. So the first drive of the game, Baltimore State did really well, but now the offensive line is just struggling, and Gibson is just going to run it himself. Getting easy first down right there. So 1st and 10, here's the fake to Spain. Gibson runs right up the middle, nobody there, and he gets hit hard. 12-yard gain. He has to slide right there to avoid injuries and hit big hits. Here's Burrell on the carry. Again, Jordan Burrell gets a little bit of room this time, gain of 4. As we end the first quarter, and Vanderbilt has a 7-6 lead over the Stallions. So 2nd and 6, Tracy in motion. Give to Burrell again. Burrell only 2 yards on the play this time. 3rd and 4 for the Stallions. As Gibson goes right side, he's going to find Jadarius Duncan on the play. And Duncan brought down after a gain of 11. First down, Baltimore State. 1st and 10, an option again. Gibson able to get a yard. Probably should have pitched it though. So 2nd and 9 for Baltimore State. Here's Gibson. Going to roll out right. He's going to throw it. There's Duncan again. Duncan just gets a gain of 4 on the play. So 3rd and 5 for the Stallions. Here's Gibson on the option pass. Going to roll out left. He's going to throw it, and there's Javier Harewood on the catch. Harewood nearly gets into the end zone. 22-yard gain on the play. Just short of the end zone. So here's 1st and goal. Rashawn Griffin going to go split out. Here's Burrell. Burrell trying to get to the corner, and he cuts in for the touchdown. So Burrell's not getting big yards in this game, but he is getting fed the ball in the red zone. As Baltimore State's going to go for 2 here, try to even the score out. And the option, Gibson, goes nowhere. So Baltimore State only up by 5 now. As Free throws it, it's dropped, incomplete. So here's 3rd and 11. Here's Jacob Free, back to pass, going to go deep. And he finds C.J. Duncan for the 37-yard gain in the first down. So Vanderbilt has the Duncan, just like Baltimore State does. It's Rivers, right side for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, they're going to give it to Rivers again. And Rivers right up the middle for 10 yards in the first down. So let's see if Vanderbilt can take the lead yet again on this drive. 2nd and 7. As they send the man in motion. Here's Free back to pass. Free hit as he throws, incomplete. Very good pressure on the play by the Baltimore State front line. As there's a 3rd and 7 now. Once again, a man in motion. That's Marcus this time. Free back to pass. He's going to go right side, and he's picked off. Taquan Clay on the interception. And he's going to take it at the end zone to the 9-yard line. So Nordley Ford got 3 interceptions in the first 3 games, and now Taquan Clay gets his chance to get an interception. So here's 2nd and 5 for the Stallions. Gibson going to roll out left. Probably not the smartest idea to roll out to his blind side, but incomplete. 3rd and 5. Here's Gibson. Under pressure, throws. He finds Harewood, but Harewood can't go anywhere. So Vanderbilt will get the ball back. Here's Free again. He's going to throw it in the middle, and Sherfield is cracked by Isaiah Kegler. Big hit in the middle of the field. So 3rd and 5 for Vanderbilt. Free going to give to Rivers on the draw, and there's Kegler again. Able to hold Rivers up. And he's taken down. As Baltimore State will get the ball back after the 3 and out. So Gibson going right side. Harewood can't hold on to it. Had a chance to be an interception. So 2nd and 10 for Baltimore State. Here's Gibson. He's going to find Jimmy Blackman left side. Blackman going to get just enough for a first down. So the Stallions starting to drive a little bit. Here's Jacob Spain on the carry. Spain up the middle. Spain able to get out past midfield, and the face mask penalty will give him 15 more yards.
Face mask.
As Spain has a pretty big fan base so far. Mainly the kick returner, but definitely gets his carries, as we'll try to involve him in the offense more. So Gibson going to fake the handoff. He's going to find Blackman for 5 yards. Solid 5-yard gain right there. 2nd and 5. Gibson goes left, and Harewood can't hold on to it. Hit as he was trying to make the catch, so he couldn't hold it in. So here's a 3rd and 5. Gibson under pressure again. This time finds Blackman. Blackman gets to about the 11-yard line, so Baltimore State once again is in the red zone. So 1st and 10, Gibson, and he finds Jadarius Duncan all alone in the end zone for the touchdown. Duncan on the corner route, and no Commodores around to defend it, as Baltimore State takes a 2-possession lead heading into the half. But Vanderbilt will have one more shot as Free finds Caleb Scott for the 7-yard gain at 3rd and 3 for the Commodores. It's Free again, going deep this time, and nearly intercepted by DeMarcus Penn. Very good coverage by Penn and Clay on the play, as Baltimore State goes into the half up 19-7 over the Commodores. So the big key for the second half for Baltimore State is to get the run game going for them on offense. Now, Jordan Burrell does have 2 touchdowns on the game, but he hasn't really been able to bust a run open yet. Jacob Spain did bust one open to where he nearly got a touchdown, but was face masked from behind. But defensively, they just got to be able to stop the run better. The secondary is playing very well. It's just the front 7 has to do a better job of containing Dallas Rivers if they want to hold on to this lead. As you look at the stats, only 109 yards given up in the first half. Only 4 yards per play for Vanderbilt. So defense playing pretty well as a whole, but they got to stop runs like this. Here's Dallas Rivers, nearly breaks that one open, but brought down from behind, as Rivers just stiff arms Lawrence Albert, the free safety, on his way to the first down. So here's a 2nd and 9 for Vanderbilt, as Free's going to go to Chris Pierce for a 3-yard gain. Here's a 3rd and 6 for Vanderbilt. He goes left side, and Caleb Scott, unable to get the first down, has to fall backwards to catch the ball, and he falls behind the first down marker. So Vanderbilt will have to kick the field goal, and it goes wide right. Didn't look like he had enough leg to make that, even if it was on line. So it stays 19-7 Baltimore State as the Stallions get the ball back. Here's Jacob Spain. Spain gets a block, and Jacob Spain might be gone. He has one man to beat, cuts inside, and as he's tackled after a huge gain. Jacob Spain definitely is going to have to get more touches if Baltimore State wants to win the Conference USA at very least, if not go undefeated. As Burrell gets an 8-yard carry. So 2nd and 2 for the Stallions. Gibson on the fake, going to roll out right, and he has space. He's going to run. He cuts inside nearly, and I think he got into the end zone. May have been short, but they're going to call it a touchdown for now, as Lewis Gibson makes a great play running outside of the pocket, cutting inside, swerving outside. But I don't know if he actually made it into the end zone. They are going to review it. It looked like he got tackled short initially, and his knee hit the ground before the ball even crossed the plane. I don't think the ball even crossed the plane at any point. Nah, it looks like it's right behind the goal line. Well, right in front of the goal line, however you're looking at it. Yeah, not even close. I don't know how they call that a touchdown. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed. And sure enough, they reversed the call on the field, so take the 6 off. But Gibson going to sneak it in for a touchdown, so Baltimore State gives them the touchdown regardless. After a great run like that, you got to give them the touchdown. It's Baltimore State now up by 3 possessions. Here's Rivers on the carry for Vanderbilt. And, oh, Cole Wynn gets stiff arm this time. Dallas Rivers just bullying these safeties for Baltimore State. Cole Wynn makes up for it, getting a tackle right there. So it forced the 2nd and 6. There's the pitch to Rivers. Rivers, and this time Taquan Clay's able to bring him down. No gain on the play for Rivers. So 3rd and 6 for the Commodores. Scott goes in motion. Free back to pass. He's going to go left side, and Kegler's able to stop Scott before he gets to the first down marker. So the Stallions will have the ball at 1st and 10. Here's Spain on the pitch again, and Jacob Spain Able to get big yardage. He back jukes. Gets a 28-yard gain. Jacob's Spain 4 carries for 88 yards, so he's really running well. It's Gibson rolling out right. Gibson going to run it again. This time he slides, protects himself for another first down. So here's Burrell. He gets slowed down, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. Here's the fake. Gibson going right. He finds Shelton Bentley. Bentley's been pretty quiet this game so far. I think that is his first catch of the game. There's Gibson going in the middle. There's Blackman again. Blackman for 7 yards. As Baltimore State is in the red zone yet again. Gibson on the option. Gibson has to pitch it, but he doesn't pitch it. Burrell might have had a touchdown had he pitched it, but Gibson holds it, gets no gain. Here's Gibson. Here's the screen to Blackman. As he stopped just short on the screenplay. As Baltimore State is up 26-7 in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they can close this one out. As the Stallions decide to go for it on 4th and 1. They don't really have anything to lose, and Burrell able to power through for a 4-yard gain and a first down. So the Stallions really trying to put this game away right here. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line as the Stallions are in the old Maryland I formation. Let's see if they just give it to Burrell. Tracy or Barry could get the ball as well. They're going to give it to Burrell. Burrell jukes, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. As Burrell not putting up great rushing stats other than the 3 touchdowns, but Baltimore State up 26 points right now. As Vanderbilt gets the ball back, and Free's going to find Marcus. And dolphin diving going left and right. As Nathan Marcus gets a big gain. Able to burn the defense, and everybody just kind of dolphin diving right now, trying to take his legs out, but nobody can get to him. Kegler able to slow him down, and Albert pushes him out of bounds. So Vanderbilt wants to get in Baltimore State territory, as they'll go right. Marcus can't catch this one though. Incomplete, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Commodores. 7-man in motion. Free wants to screen. There's Rivers. And how about Taquan Clay? He is having a great game. Gets his first ever interception. Has been making big plays all day for this defense. As Baltimore State gets the ball back, Burrell on the 6-yard run. 2nd and 4. Gibson back to pass. He's going to go left. He finds Bentley. Bentley able to get the first down. Just shy of the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Baltimore State. Here's the handoff to Burrell. Burrell, second half, he's running the ball much better. Still not a great yards per carry average, but starting to run much better than he was in the 1st quarter. As Spain gets the ball, Spain just gets enough for the first down. Here's Burrell on the carry again. Burrell bounces out the side. And Jordan Burrell, for his longest run of the game, 14 yards on the play. As the Stallions continue to milk the clock. Here's the fake to Burrell. Gibson going to pitch it to Duncan this time, but Duncan goes nowhere. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8, a loss on the play. And they're going to give it to Burrell again. Burrell should have bounced it out a little bit more. Gets a yard, but Baltimore State will go for it on 4th and 7, trying to put this game away. Gibson goes right side, incomplete. And the Stallions will turn it over on downs as Muasibi Conley couldn't get his foot down. And the Commodores will take possession on downs, but not enough time for them to really stage a comeback. So Baltimore State has their backups in the game now. As Vanderbilt trying to just get some respect right here. Here's Rivers again. Rivers is brought down just before the boundary, so 3rd and 8. Here's Free going right side, incomplete. Throwing to nobody in particular right there. As Baltimore State going to put their offensive backups in as well. There's Brian Childs, one of the backup running backs. 12-yard gain right there. And that'll do it for the Stallions as they win this game 33-7, their biggest win thus far in school history. Jordan Burrell, the player of the game with 3 touchdown runs, even though his average wasn't great. But overall, I feel like this is probably the best game that we played thus far. I mean, the score will tell you all you really need to know. Even though Dallas Rivers was running all over this defense, really Jacob Free couldn't do much of anything. Throwing the ball, he threw an interception in the red zone where he could have taken the lead right there, but Taquan Clay was able to make a big play. Taquan Clay made a whole lot of big plays all game. And Baltimore State's defense really stepped up when they needed to, especially after the Gibson fumble early in the game. But yeah, really, biggest thing you can really ask of this team, they're 4-0 when nobody really expected them to win that many games this year. They're 4-0, their first ever season in Division I. And they're really starting to turn some heads. I mean, they haven't really beaten like a really super quality opponent. I mean, maybe you could say Maryland. Cal's not that great. They're really struggling as of late. Vanderbilt, I mean, they're kind of like the bottom feeders of the SEC. Western Kentucky definitely is a great team in Conference USA. That's like a lot of people's pick to win Conference USA this year. But the Stallions really starting to impress people this year. We'll see how far they really can go this year. They haven't played the bulk of their conference schedule yet. They play North Texas next week. Then they play UMass. They have UMass is their final non-conference game. They're 3-0 non-conference. UMass is really bad, so I would expect to win that game. At this point, I kind of expect to beat North Texas as well. But we'll see what happens next game. As we look at the top 25, Oklahoma blows out Notre Dame, so they're going to hop over Alabama for the #1 spot. Ohio State and Tennessee, 3 and 4, also getting first place votes. Stanford beat Washington State. They play Washington this week, so that's going to be a tough matchup for them. But other than that, Clemson, Florida State, they're both one-loss teams. Florida State got blown out by Louisville, actually. So, surprisingly, Louisville isn't in front of FSU right now. Well, we'll see what happens later in the season. As Washington loses their first game of the season to Arizona, 31-24 in OT. We'll see if they can make up for that when they play Stanford. And the rest of the top 25, Baylor was off this week. They're still undefeated. Houston wins this week. Iowa wins this week. Auburn wins this week. LSU loses to Georgia, 35-28, so they drop 6 spots. Notre Dame, of course, drops 6 spots as well after losing to Oklahoma. I'm surprised they're even still ranked at this point. Arizona beat Washington, so they're finally ranked now. And Texas A&M's ranked after beating Arkansas. So, a little shakeup in the top 25. We'll check out who dropped out. Whoa, Michigan State dropped out after being 14. I'm going to have to check to see who they lost to. And DeMario McCall leading the Heisman voting so far. Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, and Royce Freeman up there as well. And just going to show you where we're at nationally. We're 42. So we're up there. We're getting close to being ranked. We're not quite there yet. We take on North Texas. They're 3-1 right now. Just so you guys know, they did beat Georgia, who's another SEC team. So this might be a tough game. They did lose to Ohio, though, and struggled against BYU. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching this video. And just so you guys know, I am doing the Madden franchise simultaneous with the NCAA franchise. I'm not going to stop doing it just because Madden 18 is out. You know, I can definitely have fun playing both games. I mean, I'm using the Jets for crying out loud. Like, I'm going to get sick of playing the game. And then what am I going to turn to after I'm done playing Madden for a little bit? NCAA, of course. So leave likes, share this video, subscribe, of course. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, morning, whatever the hell you're watching this video. I'm out, y'all. Deuces.